Nadhmi Al-Nasr, he's out
Yeah.
at Neom. He's the CEO of Neom, and he is out, and that is Saudi Arabia's
He was
marquee
the
development.
CEO, maybe. Yeah.
He was
No
the
longer.
CEO. Yeah. He's no longer. He's out of there, which is kind of a big deal because he's only the second CEO that Neom has had. He's been there since 2018. And obviously, something we've talked about here, Neom is like when you think of Saudi Arabia, a lot of people think about Neom because it's the kind of
That's
stuff
the other thing that
is,
people ask me about all the time.
yeah, like how's Neom doing? Yeah, and you're like, I don't know. But there's a lot of other stuff going on. Anyway,
Yeah.
so this is not much of a shock. I mean, it is a shock in that it's sort of like a huge executive of this massive project who is out, and he has been there for about 6 years. It's not much of a shock in the context of the fact that we've had a waterfall of bad press on Neom recently. A lot of people are sending me that bad press, asking me what's going on. The board of Neom didn't provide a reason why it abruptly replaced Nadhmi Al-Nasr as CEO, but the Wall Street Journal, which has authored several articles about Neom recently, none of them tremendously flattering, of course, cited unnamed former Neom employees as saying that Nasser frequently clashed with Neom's owner and founder, the Public Investment Fund, over swelling budgets. Yeah, that gets people fighting for sure. Money clearly isn't the only issue, though. In September, the Wall Street Journal also reported about executive misbehavior and mismanagement at Neom, especially involving this dude, Wayne Borg, sector head of media. That is a wild read. After that report, Neom said that it appointed a new acting head of that division, Michael Lynch, who will lead that division, which is media and so sector head for media. So Michael Lynch will run that division in addition to his existing responsibilities as sector head of entertainment and culture. Actually seems like a lot of overlap there. So maybe some efficiency. Al-Nasr's departure comes amid it's a rocky period for Neom because you have sort of fights with the PIF over money. You have allegations of worker mistreatment. You have missed deadlines there. You have some deadlines being hit. Sindala Island opened recently. Things are moving forward in Neom, but who is surprised that this unbelievably complex, undertaking is facing challenges? So, anyway, so there's a new guy, Aiman. So you can just go ahead and correct me as soon as I say this. Aiman Al-Mudaifer.
Not too bad. Al-Mudaifer. Yeah. Good.
Al-Mudaifer. Okay, thank you. Aiman Al-Mudaifer is now acting CEO of the company. Al-Mudaifer is Neom's third leader since 2017. And honestly, when I saw that, there isn't a ton out on him because he has been with the Public Investment Fund, seasoned executive from the Public Investment Fund with, quote, extensive experience in overseeing local real estate projects. Well, he's about to take on the biggest real estate project of them all. But that certainly should sort of smooth over, theoretically, any of the friction between the PIF and Neom right now as he is coming in from the PIF to take over. It's important to note that he is acting CEO of the company. Don't know anything about whether or not they're looking for a permanent CEO of the company. But yeah, there's a lot going on in Neom this week, and I kind of wanted to bundle a little bit of it together into that story.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I know it is quite controversial. What I can say is I do know people that know Nadhmi as a manager because he was in Aramco before. And he does usually get, there's been press about him being really kind of firm and aggressive at times with some of the words that were used. But from a lot of people that I know really enjoyed working with him, and he's incredibly creative. And I feel like I want to say thank you to him for the work that he has done so far. Neom's it's a huge project, but it's incredibly aspirational and it's so complicated. So I just feel like, I think it was a difficult position to be in, and I don't know anything about it. This is all just me saying a couple of things that I've heard about him as a person, which is that he was a good guy and that he did a really good job when he was in Aramco and the other work that he had done there. And so I feel like, it's really hard to do this type of work in these types of projects sometimes. And I don't really know that much else other than Neom. If people ask me how it's doing, it's moving forward. Things are getting done. A lot of it, as you said, some of the deadlines are being met. Maybe with Aiman Al-Mudaifer in charge, who also heads the PIF local and real estate department, as well as, I mean, basically, I think his expertise is real estate and real estate development. So I think he's going to bring another set of skills to this. Instead of the creative side, instead of some of that, he's going to be thinking about kind of developing this real estate project, which essentially a lot of Neom is. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it didn't stop Neom from getting another $3 billion in loan guarantees from Italy's state insurance and financial group to sort of, keep financing what's going on there. You can see the developments. Just go online and like kind of look it up. But like people just don't have a connection between like what's happening and how far along are we. Like, can you go see the line yet? It's like, no, that the kind of infrastructure is being built now, but a lot is happening. This really came clear to me when I was the sort of MC for a giga projects event from Mead earlier in the year and had all of the sort of PIF company portfolio companies, developers and Neom as well there. And they were just like, let's just show a bunch of drones of what's going on here. People can just see it and feel it and see how much progress we're making. So yeah, best of luck to the new guy. And yeah, hoping for the rocky period to kind of smooth out here because we'd love to see it happen.